Okay, for factoring, I'm going to go through one for each type and then get to mixing them up. So greatest common factor, remember we're going to do the ladder method and look for the biggest number or any number that goes into both of them. You could do 2, 4, 8, but if you do a small number, keep going until you get all of them. So 8 goes into both. And 2 and 3, nothing goes into 2 and 3, so I'm done with the numbers. The H's, I've got 2 here, 1 there. I can take one of them out. And I get to a point I can't take out any more numbers or letters, so my GCF goes in front. The remainder goes inside the brackets. Squares. We're looking for perfect squares at both ends with a minus sign if it's a binomial. So both are perfect squares, so I can take the square root, y and 8. So I'm going to repeat both in the binomials. One has to have a minus, one has a plus. It doesn't matter the order. Y minus 8, y plus 8. Perfect squares, we're going to ignore the middle term and look at the ends and see that they're both perfect squares. So that means I can do the same steps. Square root of 49p squared is 7p. Square root the p's as well. Square root of 25 is 5. And because we have a middle term, we're going to have identical signs. We're going to take this plus sign on the middle term and both will be positive. If it's a binomial, we have one of each. Trinomial, we copy this one into both. And trinomials, it's not a perfect square. There's no GCF. I always check for those things first. So I focus on the 72 and list my factor pairs. And which one adds to 17? 8 plus 9, 17. So all I'm doing is taking those two numbers, I'm splitting the 72 into 8 and 9, x plus 8, x plus 9. There's an x squared, one in each. Okay, so if we're mixing them up, we always want to go through the steps. Always check for GCF first, then the squares, then the trinomial. So this one here, GCF, nothing goes into this and this one. This one has no x's, this one doesn't have a number, no perfect squares, so I'm going to do a trinomial. The one that adds to 16, 7 plus 9 is 16. This one here, we start with GCF, and I see x and x. Right away I know it's a GCF question. 7 goes into both, and I can take out one of the x's. So my GCF in front, the remainder inside the brackets. Here, GCF, no, there's no GCF, but I've got perfect squares. So G plus 2, G minus 2. And I know it's plus and a minus because it's a binomial. The only way I can get to negative 4 is plus 2 times negative 2. This one here, I've got y's in both. It's going to be a GCF, but 9 and 5. Nothing goes into it, so all I can take out is one of the y's. Nothing goes into 9y minus 5, so the GCF is just the y. And there we go. So try the rest of the questions, hand in what you've got.